Now, how did you connect with In Living Color? I'm kind of taking it back a little bit, man. I gotta ask you about that.
Well, over the years from when I first got there to when I finally met them, I had known Keenan and Robert Townsend and Eddie Murphy and all of them
Wow.
when I first got out there. Because when I got out there, I was like IA in the league. I was like Allen Iverson or something. I came in there just lighting it up. I
Yeah.
even got I even got MVP in All Star, couple All Star games.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, the proof is there. All they got to do is just put on the old school episodes. But man, I mean, when they was talking about formulating something like In Living Color, what was your thoughts on that? Like,
We watched it formulate. We were there. So I performed on Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime, where the first time I saw those sketches, the new brand of sketches that was coming. So when Keenan and Robert went their separate ways and did In Living Color, no, I wanted to be a part of that, but I actually turned it down because I had been let down so many parts that I didn't get.
hmm
I just wanted to get back in the comedy clubs and feel comfortable. But my agent told me, man, go audition. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. And I auditioned and I got it. I'm glad
wow,
I didn't get all the other stuff because
right.
because hey, you wouldn't have seen my range.
Of course, man. But like you say, sometimes being patient because it's like you say, if you would have got one of them other roles, you might have missed that shot. Cause that was my introduction to you. I was a kid, but In Living Color was
Right.
phenomenal, man. I don't. That's like a 1-on-1. That's like Wu Tang or something. It'll be so
Right,
hard
right,
to put that
exactly. It's like
together.
Wu Tang. It's the yeah, like the X Men boy.
Yeah, right. Y'all
That
all
that
can stand
yeah.
on your own, but just to see all of y'all come together like that, that was phenomenal. Do you feel like was it anybody that you feel like you had the best chemistry with in terms of doing the sketches? Like when me and him get together, it's a wrap.
Nah, all of them. I was like Irvin,
Right.
Irvin Johnson out there. I was like Michael. You know, give me the chord, I get everybody involved now.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Now was it any pressure or difficulty like going from stand up to maybe say doing like a In Living Color, but then doing a role like a booty call or getting into like a film?
By that time, piece of cake. From my first day on camera, which I ain't, my first couple moments on camera, I ain't do too good. I froze up. You know, I was like, and Damon came over and said, boy, you work too hard for this, man. You better come on. And I woke up real quick. I ain't look back. I think it was
That-
just when that light came on the camera, I realized, wait a minute, this is really happening, you know? So I had to be
Yeah,
reminded of that real quick. But once I knew, I ain't look back.
that's dope, man. That's dope. I gotta ask you about the classic, man. Booty call, man. What was that like working with Jamie Foxx, man?
We was killing it.
Yeah.
We were killing it, boy. We were the best people for that movie because we already had a chemistry. We already had a chemistry, man. So you knew we was gonna get down, and we did get down. We did get down, but we were a good team. We made a good team to make that movie, and then with our co-stars, they turned it out too. Tamala Jones and Vivica Fox. It was a perfect
Beautiful,
cast.
beautiful queen.
Bernie Mac in that joint, on and on.
Right, right. Now I can ask you about this because you from the old school. I mean, like nowadays, they call it cancel culture. You got to kind of watch what you say. And y'all had some crazy sketches. Y'all went hard on people as an artist, even as a musician, a comedian. Do you feel like should it be some type of line where you say, you know what, well, we ain't gonna laugh at that or we're not gonna sing about that, or is it you should be able to fully express yourself?
At the time, the stuff we were expressing ourselves about wasn't taboo, really, not to the extent it is now. But in a good way, it is because at least people are cognizant of people who were getting their feelings hurt by the general public. So there's really no downside. There's really no downside to it. There was a time that they made fun of us,
True.
and it wasn't cool. It took a little time, but they don't do it no more. Unless they
Man,
slip up here and there, they don't know no better. They don't know no way.
he's right. He's right. I had to ask you because I mean, y'all was bringing the heat, man.
Say that.
With no mercy. All right, let
Say
me
that
see
for
now.
none.
Right. Let me see. I gotta ask you about one more collabo.
Okay.
I know people have probably asked you about this. What was it like connecting with Martin? I mean, he had probably 200 episodes, but the one you was on was definitely
Was the
probably
one, right?
always top five. You
You
know.
better believe it. You better believe that shit. That we were very proud of that. Martin called me over to his set. I was coming from In Living Color, and you got to see the combined skills. You know, I brought that In Living Color style over to him. You know, and just like us, he trying not to laugh, boy.
Yeah, that's the man. That's one thing. Breaking character is like because it seemed like it's almost impossible sometimes. And since you mentioned that, I wanted to ask you. It was like a little clip on social media, and I think it was Jamie Foxx. He was dressed up as Wanda. It was like a dating show.
Mhm.
On the clip, it says that that was y'all first time seeing Wanda, and they showed y'all reactions. Was that actually like was that a surprise, or y'all already kind of seen him
Yeah, we
perform
saw
that?
him do the face, but then him seeing him all dressed up for the first time was like, oh, whoa, it was kind of scary, really. Actually, for me, I was like, oh my god, don't touch me, you know.
Right, the reactions they was crazy. That's why I had to ask you.